Ringside Views with the Boxing Voice, here with Shakur Stevenson. October 23rd, man. What's that day gonna look like?
Shit, I think it's gonna be a day a superstar gonna be born. I feel like Jamel Herring is a solid fighter, but I feel like I'm a young superstar, and I feel like that's gonna be the day everybody gonna tune in and realize that.
Your last performance, I know you got a lot of criticism for your last performance going into this fight. Is that something that you looking to change, or?
I mean, I ain't really like tripping off that, because at the end of the day, you go watch the greats' careers, and some nights they have great nights, some nights they have mediocre nights, and you gotta be honest with yourself, and I was honest with myself, and I'm just going in there to do what I gotta do. I ain't thinking about the last fight. I had a bunch of fights, and I won every one of them, so at the end of the day, I'm undefeated, and I'm a young champ. I ain't
Two-time?
Two-time coming up, so I ain't even tripping.
When you start camp, officially?
I started camp already.
Already?
Yeah.
So you gonna finish your camp off in Houston?
Nah, I'm gonna do my camp in Vegas, but I started here, and I'm gonna work on getting in shape here, and then we're gonna go out to Vegas once I'm in real good shape and ready to turn it up some more.
So the criticism that you got, that don't affect anything going forward, or even when you going into another fight. A lot of people want to see, I guess, knockouts. The real boxing fans don't care about that as long as you get the W and get in there and not hurt. So what's your take on that when going into any fight? When you hear,
I don't really, like I said, I don't really care too much about, what other people think. At the end of the day, I feel certain things, and I get like certain things where they say they want to see knockouts. Or at the end of the day, I'm fighting at a high level of competition, and Jamel Herring is a world champion. You got to respect him. So you don't just go in there saying, okay, we're gonna look for the knockout with a fighter like that. You gotta go in there systematically, break him down, and as the fight keep going, look for the knockout, or if it's there, take it. So I think that I don't really care about what they say. At the end of the day, you gotta realize, like, some nights you're gonna have nights where it's like, okay, I pull up plenty of Floyd fights where they like, oh, Floyd ain't do nothing, young Floyd in his prime that they talk about, pretty boy Floyd. I pull up plenty of nights where they like, he ain't performed to, or Andre Ward when he fought Beaker. Was it Beaker?
Really his whole career.
Yeah, but specifically Beaker, it was an ugly fight, and everybody said this and that, and he was gonna lose his next fight, and then what happened? He go in there and look good. So at the end of the day, we've taken it fight by fight, and I'm putting on a superstar performance with Jamel.
Well, speaking of Floyd, you also get compared to Floyd. How you feel about that? You feel like that's a fair comparison?
Nah, I don't think it is at the end of the day, because you gotta realize, like, when Floyd was coming up, they tried to compare him to Sugar Ray Leonard, and if you listen to the commentators, it's like, he's no Sugar Ray Leonard, and talk so much bad about him. And then now, years later, we looking at Floyd, he undefeated, and everybody calling him the GOAT now, and it's like, damn. Remember when he was in his prime and they was talking about Sugar Ray Leonard? They say he's nothing like Sugar Ray Leonard. He's not as great as Sugar Ray Leonard and all that stuff. So I think history just repeats itself. So I don't really think it's fair, but you gotta take what come with it.
but I know you can say that at least you're getting compared to a GOAT.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but the backlash of it, you ain't really focused on that at all.
Nah, not at all. Because at the end of the day, like I said, history repeats itself, and after I finish my career, I was gonna be a young person. They gonna say, "Oh, he ain't nothing like Shakur Stevenson," and he had to prove more and more about who he is himself. And yeah, he not gonna be me, but he gonna be himself. And at the end of the day, you gotta respect that.
So Manny Pacquiao and UGAS, did you catch that fight?
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
I mean, I thought UGAS put on a beautiful performance. I think that I sparred with UGAS probably like last year in Vegas, and we had a great sparring session.
What's his power like? I think that's the biggest criticism he gets, is like he doesn't have power.
Yeah, I don't know about his power. I ain't feel no power, but he a solid boxer.
Yeah.
But just to say, like, I've been in the ring with a 147-pounder and, held my own. He ain't get off on me at all. And
well, you also get working with Terrence Crawford, pound for pound.
I just sparred Regis last week.
Yep.
I sparred all these bigger dudes, man.
I was there sparring Regis.
I don't speak on sparring. I don't like.
Not necessarily sparring.
Well, just sparring a bigger guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sparring all these bigger dudes, I fight at 130. They all bigger than me. I don't think like nobody. I can't sit here and say nobody got off on me or somebody beat me up or did anything to me. So at the end of the day, just from being in the ring with them type of dudes, is elevating my game a lot.
Sure. Because I've heard you say that again, and you're still saying that. So clearly, you're doing a lot of good work in sports. But you also sport Lomachenko as well.
Yeah, I sparred him.
At the time was pound for pound the best.
Yeah, I actually did a lot of rounds with Lomachenko for the camp with Rigadao, where he fought Rigadao.
Yeah.
Shit, we was sparring like 12 rounds every other day. Like, we would spar 12 rounds, 10 rounds, 8 rounds. Like, we did a lot of rounds at camp. So
Is that a fight that you think you're going to get in the future versus
yeah,
Lomachenko?
I think I can, but it's up to Lomachenko. I keep hearing them saying in interviews like he not going back down to 130, and I ain't really planning on going up to 135 no time soon. So it's all up to Lomachenko. If he feel like coming down to meet me at 130, he a natural 130 pounder. 135 is not his real weight. It's up to him. Maybe after I win this belt and then get some more buzz to my name, he gonna want to fight me in. So gonna start calling my name out, and I won't be one of the fighters who duck a fighter. I'm gonna give him opportunity too.
So in an ideal world, who would you wanted to have taken on first, Oscar Valdez, or would you still have taken the path to get Jamel Herring? And I know it wasn't your choice. It was kind of like what opened up.
I would have took Oscar Valdez first, just because of the fact that Oscar Valdez is a young, undefeated fighter, never lost, nobody beat him. It's more of attraction. He a Mexican fighter, I'm black. Mexican versus black make big fights. I would have took Oscar Valdez, but it make a bigger fight after I go get this belt and take it from Jamel, and then me and Oscar Valdez squared off.
You think that might be another fight that you could take right after this, or have to take some more?
I want to take that fight right after. I don't want to wait, but like I said, it's still politics at the end of the day.
Well, y'all on the top ranked both, so I mean, do you think that
Oscar Valdez is making top ranked money, and he's selling out? He's gonna be able to sell out arenas after that win he just had with Richel, and they want to use him to their advantage. So I don't think that they in a rush to throw him in there with me. Cause
does that bother you, the way that they promoted him or give him more attention than they give you?
I mean,
when I feel like your ceiling is higher. If you look at everybody at between 130 135, your ceiling is higher than everybody else. That's just my personal opinion.
That's my personal opinion too, but at the end of the day, it's business, and I used to sit back and complain, and I still sit back and complain, but you gotta realize they ain't really gonna do too much. They in control, they in power, but I will tell the world that they love Oscar Valdez, and they don't want me to be in the ring with Oscar Valdez because they know what's gonna happen. And Oscar Valdez don't want it either, so he can sit there and at the fight go and say, "Oh, I want to fight Shakur Stevenson," but when we reach out, it ain't no talks into me and him fighting. There ain't nothing. Yeah, it's a bunch. You feel me? Like he gonna say it at the interview, and you feel me? But he ain't really jumping in towards it. He ain't home with that.
So your next fight, October 23rd, taking place at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. That's your first time going to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, that's my first fight in Atlanta.
Seeing how Tank just did at State Farm, how you think your cell's gonna do over there?
I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't really gonna compare myself with Tank, because at the end of the day, Tank is somebody who live a certain lifestyle. He flashy in Atlanta. He always in Atlanta. He lived in Atlanta. That's like a second home to him. So I ain't gonna compare my numbers yet with Tank, and I'm younger than him too. So gotta put that in place. So right now, I'm just getting my foot in the door. I'm gonna get my foot in the door.